D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read it to you. Also, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories? Now, again, you guys, this week I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel. The strike is not helping out and everything, but, you know, I got some stuff I could do. All right, so for my first story this week, okay, Netflix has won the bid for this dating game, serial killer tale from Anna Kendrick. And it says a woman of the hour for $11 million in the first big TIFF 2003 deal. So they won this movie, and it's about a serial killer. I'm assuming she's the serial killer. Super fun for Anna Kendrick to play something different. I wonder if she's gonna sing. You know how she sings in like every freaking movie she does now. It's like not fun. But let's see how this works out. All right, read this article. It's from Deadline, my favorite. It says exclusive in the first major acquisition deal on the ground here at the Toronto Film Festival. Netflix is closing on Woman of the Hour, the fact-based thriller that marks the directing debut of Anna Kendrick, where hearing the deal is around $11 million, which is, I mean, not that much, but, you know, whatever. Good for them all the way around. While some festival bound pictures signed SAG-AFTRA interim agreement, so cast members could make the trip, many didn't, which I don't like all these interim agreements that they're doing. I think they're signing way too many of them away. I'm like, you guys, you can't go on strike and then be like, okay, well, you guys can go ahead and do it, and you guys can go ahead and do it. You guys know. So I just think it's a little too many. They're right now too many free forms and everything. Anyways, that's because signatories, especially streamers, would not make quick deals on the films when they are battling both WGA and SAG-AFTRA on the new deal. Woman of the Hour did not sign the IA, which is why this deal happened in the first weekend of the festival. GEEK tells the stranger than fiction story of a young woman who actually won a date on the dating game with a man who turned out to be a notorious serial killer. Oh, bummer. I was hoping Anna Kendrick would be the serial killer, and I didn't know this was a real life thing. Rodney Alcala was convicted of murdering at least 8 women, but investigators believe the number could be as high as 130. That's so many. The handsome and charming Alcala lured women by posing as a photographer looking for models. He had already been a registered sex offender and was recently released from prison. Somehow, he was accepted on the popular daytime dating game, where women ask questions of 3 bachelors that were concealed by a wall. How fun would it be if, like, nowadays, like they're just like, are you a serial killer? Like, I am. Anyways, okay. The contestant, Cheryl Bradshaw, played by Kendrick, chose the killer, but he turned out to be such a creepy stalker that she never went on the date. Daniel Zavoto plays the date from hell. The pick premiered Friday as a special presentation at the festival. Ian McDonald wrote the script and Kendrick produced. The Vertigo's Roy Lee. Okay, none of all that. It's just telling us who's producers and all that stuff. So here's my thoughts on this. A, this sounds super fun. I would probably watch this. I probably will watch it. B, I didn't know about this real life story, so now I'm going to go research it because I'm interested in that kind of thing. And C, good for Anna Kendrick and getting this thing bought by Netflix, or at least it's in its it's the makings of a deal. But I think good for her, you know, if hopefully this turns out well for her, because I actually do like Anna Kendrick. I think she's hot. I think she's funny. She seems like a charming human being. So, you know, good for her on that whole thing. We'll see how this turns out. You know, it might not be that great. It might be great. Who knows? But let's see how it works out. All right, you guys, that is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, and this comes from Yahoo Entertainment. And it says Deadpool 3 cast reportedly features Daniel Radcliffe. Now, I saw this and I wanted to do this story because I thought it was super freaking interesting. Because I'm excited for Deadpool 3. So it says a recent report claims Harry Potter veteran Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe's kind of a weird dude. I don't know. Every time I see him do something or say something, I'm all like, I just dislike him even more, even though I love Harry Potter. If you know me, I'm a huge Potterhead. But I don't know. Every time Daniel Radcliffe opens his mouth, I just go, I like you like a little bit less now. It's interesting. And the same thing with, not the same thing with, the kid that plays Draco Malfoy, Tom Felton. Every time that guy talks, I'm like, you know what? I like you just a little bit more. So I don't know. Anyways, Daniel Radcliffe is set to appear in Deadpool 3 after years of fans casting him as a beloved X-Men hero. According to insider and scooper Daniel Richmond, Radcliffe will join the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the upcoming threequel in a mystery role. No further details were provided on how the actor will join the franchise, but followers of Marvel Studios have long been calling for the actor to play the role of Wolverine following Hugh Jackman's supposed retirement from the role. Some hypothesize that Radcliffe will appear as a multiverse variant of Logan, but this remains pure speculation at the time of writing. Now, I just want to say, before I read the rest of this, I don't think this is going to happen, and I'll tell you why in just one second. But let me read these last two paragraphs, and then I'll give you all my thoughts. Radcliffe is no stranger to the rumors surrounding his potential debut in the MCU. The actor has long pushed back the fan casting efforts. Nothing that he thinks many are calling for him to play Wolverine since he's short. Despite this, Radcliffe is insisted on several occasions over the years that he has no plans on playing Wolverine and that Marvel Studios have never contacted him about the role. Which I believe that 100%. I mean, they haven't contacted him, but at the same time, I just go, why not? Because they're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel when it comes to casting. You know what I'm saying? So it says, while it's currently unconfirmed whether Radcliffe's Wolverine will appear in Deadpool 3 or a more traditional version of the character will certainly show up, a great deal of movies marketing has focused on Jackman surprising his role as the X-Men's Berserker, despite his claims of the 2017 film Logan would be his last time he donned the character's claws. In the months since he was cast in Deadpool 3, Jackman explained that he opted to come out of retirement after seeing the first Deadpool movie, which prompted him to envision how much fun Wolverine/Wade Wilson team up would look on the big screen. Deadpool is currently slated to hit theaters May 2nd, 2024. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to make that date just because of the fact that there's this strike going on, but I hope it does, and we'll see if it does or not. Now, in terms of Daniel Radcliffe playing Wolverine in this movie, I don't think it's going to happen, you guys. I did recently see him. What was he in? What was that TV show? He like rips off his shirt and the fucker is ripped. So I'm all like, he could totally play Wolverine because he's all beardy and everything, and they could get his hair to do that spiky thing or whatnot. And I think that he could look like Wolverine. And acting wise, I don't think Daniel Radcliffe's that bad of an actor. And in fact, he was in that movie with Sandra Bullock where he played a villain. I thought he did a pretty good job as a villain. I mean, as a human being in real life, he's kind of weird, but it's like whatever. As a human being in real life, he's kind of like weird, so it's like whatever. But for this, I just go, I think that he could be Wolverine. I don't think he's going to be Wolverine, and this is why. I've read that they can't recast the X-Men from Fox's X-Men be in the MCU until 2026, and that's why the X-Men haven't showed up. And then that's why the former actors are going to play the X-Men. I did a video on this. I'll leave a link in the iCard section and at the end of this video. But they can't recast these people until 2026. So therefore, they're bringing back all the old cast. That includes James Marsden, Femke Jensen, and Halle Berry. So they're bringing those people back. And I did a video about Deadpool 3 about the leaks, and I'll leave that also in the iCard section. But they're bringing back all these people from the Fox X-Men because they can't cast new people. So we'll see how that works out. I mean, there's so many like rumors and stuff, and I believe all of them. Like, I do believe that Daniel Radcliffe will be in this movie, but I do not believe he will be Wolverine. But if he is Wolverine, cool. I'm down for it and everything. I'm down for anything with Deadpool 3. I have 100% confidence in Ryan Reynolds and his team and doing this movie. I think it's going to be good. I really liked the first one. I liked the second one. I didn't like the second one as much as the first one, but I'm one of those people. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good movie. I really, really liked it. So we'll see how this turns out and if Daniel Radcliffe will be in this movie. Let's see how it turns out. All right, you guys, that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, and this one comes from comicbook.com. Not my favorite website, but whatever. The story's here, so we're going to just read it. So it says, and I'm doing this story, because like I said, news is, you guys, entertainment news is very, very skim these days, but also because it has to do with Scream and Neve Campbell, and I love both. And I'm just now starting to revisit the Scream series because me and my sister do a podcast, so I'm starting to I'm watching all the Scream movies, and that'll include Scream 6, which I have not seen yet, but I will watch that for the first time. But revisiting these movies is really great. I love watching these movies. It brings back so many memories. All right, let me get to this story though. So it says Scream 6, Neve Campbell reflects on stepping away from franchise after disrespectful experience. And I wanted to read this because she was disrespected, and I feel bad for her because she didn't deserve that shit. So it says, when a fifth entry into the Scream series was announced, fans were nervous about the such sequel could happen without original director Wes Craven in the wake of his passing, but were elevated to learn that the original star Neve Campbell would be making a return. Sadly, Campbell shared that she felt she wouldn't be getting paid enough to continue on with Scream 6, as the actor recently admitted how disrespectful the whole process felt, even though she knows how much fans enjoy her contributions to the series. A Scream is confirmed to be on the way, which will be developed by Happy Death Day and Freaky's Christopher Landon. I really hope he brings her back. Like I said in my last video, there's no Scream without Sidney Prescott, and there's no Sidney Prescott without Neve Campbell. So personally, I probably won't see this movie in theaters. I'll probably just wait until it comes out on, streaming, and then I'll watch it. And yeah. When asked by Kiss 92.5 in fan support could get her to return to the franchise, Campbell confirmed, "It's a hard question because it's a matter of principle as well. As much as I love the characters that I've played and the ones that I've had a history with, it's also very important to me the concept of equal pay. I think we're still not there yet. I really do believe that had I been a male, that the offer would have been different. I can't prove that, but it's the feeling I have, and the way that I was treated was not great, and it feels disrespectful. So at what point does self-respect come into play? It needs to always be there, right? I agree with that. I agree with equal work, equal pay, but I also think that it's about name recognition, and what's more name recognition to the Scream franchise than Neve Campbell? I mean, come on, it's like Wes Craven, Neve Campbell, and they're like this. It's like this and everything. So I'm sorry, I'm a believer that you have to have her in those movies unless you kill her character off, which would kind of annoy me. But if you don't kill her character off, you have to have her in the movie. Like, you have to. It's not an option, in my opinion. So it says, hold on, I skipped it. Campbell wasn't the only star from the first four movies to return for 2022 Scream, as she was joined by David Arquette and Courtney Cox. Arquette's Dewey was killed in that film, so without Campbell's Sidney Prescott, Cox's Gale Weathers was the only connective tissue in this year's Scream 6, which I find very I just find that dumb. Gail survived the events of that most recent film, though it's currently unknown if she will be part of the next sequel. She also has to come back. I'm a firm believer that if you survive the Scream franchise from the first, inclinations of the movies, the first iterations of the movies, you have to come back for the following one. That's what they did with Scream 5. They brought back, the one deputy lady, and she ended up dying. Spoiler alert. Anyways, co-creator of the franchise, Kevin Williamson, shared earlier this month how he hopes the negotiations could resolve to allow Sydney to return. And I did a story on that. Again, I will leave that in the iCard section. I fully agree with him 100%. I totally respect her opinion. Williams revealed on the Happy Horror Time podcast. I know exactly where she's coming from. I know her well. I love and adore her, and that's what she did. That's right for her. I love everyone involved in Scream, and all I can say is pay her the money. That's what I would do. I would give her the money. He added, I'm sure there's a number they can agree on that will make them both happy. So hopefully one day they will figure that all out. Stay tuned for details of the future Scream franchise. So again, this is just me reiterating my thoughts on this entire situation. You can't have the Scream franchise without Sidney Prescott, aka Neve Campbell, and therefore going forward, I know I'm not going to see Scream 7 in the theaters if Neve Campbell is not in the movie. I have no interest in it if she's not in the movie, and I think it's horrible that they don't have her in the movie. I think it's really, really sad. And it's sad that Hollywood, they want to get on their pedestal and their soapbox, and they want to preach about equal pay, equal work, all that bullshit. But then when they have this great opportunity to pay a female actor what they preach, they don't do it. They don't follow through. It's complete hypocrisy. She said they didn't offer her the money. She said she felt that if she was a man, she would have been offered more. And you know what they did? They say, okay, that's fine. Bye. Bye, Felicia. And I go, all right, well, you had the opportunity here to put your money where your mouth is, and you didn't take the option. And it says a lot about the directors. It says a lot about the studio, and it says a lot about Hollywood in general. All right, you guys. So that is where I'm going to end it today. Those are my 3 stories of the week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Anna Kendrick's movie, The Woman of the Hour, getting picked up by Netflix in this deal from TIFF? And how do you feel about the $11 million payout for this? Do you think it's a good price for this kind of movie? Are you interested in this movie? Do you like Anna Kendrick? I love Anna Kendrick. She's very charming. Love her to death. Hopefully she doesn't sing. God damn it, if she sings in this fucking movie, I'm gonna freak out. And then tell me also, what do you guys think about the report of Daniel Radcliffe possibly being in Deadpool 3? Are you like me, where you think he's going to be in Deadpool 3, but he's not going to be playing Wolverine? Or do you think that I'm wrong about them recasting that thing? Because I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I just know what I've read and heard on the internet, and the internet's always right. But, or do you think he is going to play a version of Wolverine? Because as I did a video before, and I've said before, there is from plot leaks, there is going to be multiple versions of Wolverine, like that yellow and blue Wolverine we're only going to see for like a tops of 5 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Daniel Radcliffe. If he is, I do think he's going to be in the movie, but I don't think he's going to be Wolverine, but we'll see how that turns out, and good for everybody, even though I'm not really a huge fan of Daniel Radcliffe as a person. He's a good actor though. I do enjoy him. And then finally, tell me guys, how do you feel about this whole Neve Campbell reflecting on her being disrespected with Scream 6? Are you on the Neve Campbell train, the Sidney Prescott train, where you're all like me, where you're like, they don't pay her the money, give her the money, pay you the money, pay her the money? You know what I'm saying? Because I just really feel like without her, the Scream franchise does suffer. And that is saying that without seeing this latest movie, Scream 6. But when I see it, I'll have more thoughts about it. But yeah. All right, you guys, that's all I got for you this week. Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind it to my channel. Please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.